Good afternoon. It is Sunday, the 1st of January. I can't believe it is 2026. I hope you all had a really good Christmas and New Year. We had a very quiet Christmas. It was just me and my husband and our 2 dogs. It was the first Christmas without my dad, and that was quite sad at times. I think obviously Christmas you think about loved ones that are lost, and obviously the first Christmas without such an important family member is quite difficult. We were hoping to have a quiet New Year's, but unfortunately fireworks just seemed to be really bad this year, and our dogs were really suffering. Normally we can kind of control it and distract them, but last night was quite relentless. I won't go on a rant about fireworks, but I don't like them unless they're big displays, and I hope they will get banned at some point to private buyers. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really well. I hope that you had an absolutely fantastic Christmas. And can I just say, TV at Christmas this year, there wasn't much, was there? There wasn't many films added to like the streaming services. There wasn't anything. There was a couple of Christmas specials. I watched Amanda Land. That was quite funny. That had Jennifer Saunders meeting up with Joanna Lumley again after their ab fab years, and that was really lovely to see. And other than that, I don't think I watched much TV. Watch Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Do you watch that? I do like a comedy panel show. That was quite funny. I think that was about it really. We've been watching Stranger Things. The final actually is tonight, which we're probably going to watch this evening. I think it's already on Netflix. But yeah, I was quite disappointed with the lack of Christmassy things. It's like the TV stations didn't make much effort this year. Anyway, what I have decided to do this year is I follow Donna Ashworth on Instagram. I find her quite inspiring. She states in this book actually, which I'm about to talk about she tends to run dark, and I do as well, and trying to force yourself to be more positive I find really helpful for my mental health, and obviously she does as well. And so I've decided to give this a go. It's words to live by. It's a daily journal. You get some prompts in there to kind of try and keep you on a more positive mind frame. And I did start doing one of these last year actually, but obviously last year went a bit sad and depressing, and I just couldn't continue with it in the end. It all kind of, you know, there was so much to sort out with my father's funeral and my estranged sister being hauled back into my life that I kind of just let it go after that. But I am determined to keep up with it this year and hopefully years to come as well, because it's a really good way of focusing on the positive, and I think we all need to do a bit more of that. So yeah, I'm going to be using that this year. I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to try and film a few things over the next few days. I didn't want to leave it to start filming again on Monday, and then it's going to be sort of more into January before I post. So I thought I'd start a little kind of patched together video to go up on the 4th of January, which will be the first Sunday of the year, and then every Sunday from then on. I've got a lot planned for this year. I will probably come back later in the video and talk about that over the next couple of days or something, because I want to write some goals out today maybe, and yeah, see what I can focus on for this year. I really want to start a gym. I really want to start losing weight again. I should say I weighed myself this morning, came off my diet last Monday, and it's now the following Thursday, and I've put on the 10 pounds that I lost. Now, I'm not going to beat myself up over it, because the whole reason of doing that 7-week diet was because I didn't want it to be like another 10 pounds on top of that. I wanted it to kind of get a little bit more under control and then be a bit free. But yeah, it just goes to show, if I introduce carbs back into my diet, I don't know if it's an inflammation thing with my body, or, I mean, it's not like I've been sitting there eating loaves of bread, and it is quite a lot of weight to put on, but I think that, yeah, my body just doesn't react well to carbs. I don't know. I'm not going to ever completely cut them out of my life, because I enjoy them, and I don't think, certainly whole grain carbs, I don't think they're damaging in any way. I think obviously the white refined, perhaps so. But yeah, I don't want to be hugely restrictive with my diet, but I do need to look at that and curb it back and start getting back on a healthier track. I would like to join a gym this year, but until I hear from, because I've got an operation coming this year, until I hear from the hospital, I don't really want to join a gym because obviously I could get told it's in a couple of months, my operation, and then obviously I could use that time and perhaps go to the gym if I'm up to it, but then there's going to be a period of recovery after that where I'm not going to be able to use it. So it just makes sense to me to do that after my operation where I'm fully healed. Saturday afternoon, just called into town again. My husband's just gone to get a coffee, so I thought I would wrap the video up here and get it edited and uploaded for tomorrow evening. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do that anyway because I am down with a lurgy right now. Oh, I'm absolutely exhausted. I've not been able to do anything today really. Managed to get quite a bit done yesterday. Had a big clear out, took some stuff to the tip, took some stuff to the charity shop as you saw in the footage. My husband went to the tip again this morning, but today has just been an absolute washout. Been watching that Harb and Cohen, is that his name? New series on Netflix. It's quite good so far. I've only watched about 1.5 episodes. But yeah, I've not been able to do anything today. I'm absolutely, completely exhausted. I think this has been trying to take hold for a good week and a half, and it's grabbed me today. Didn't get much sleep last night because of it. It's really weird. I've got a bit of a sore throat on the left side, but not on the right, and I'm a bit bunged up on the left side as well, and my body's aching all down the left side. Very weird. I don't think I've ever had like a coldy, flu-y virus, whatever this is that I've got, just down one side before. I don't know, joys of menopause, I'm sure. But I wanted to quickly finish up the video and talk about some of my goals for this coming year. I didn't bring my list with me because I forgot, so I'm going to try and wing this. Probably going to forget a lot of what I have written down, but the big goal for me this year is to try and make sure my mum's okay. With her being in Portsmouth and me being in Chichester, it's not too far, but it's far enough that I can't really see her on a day-to-day basis. And I really do want to get her moving closer to me, preferably getting her off Portsea Island, because it's just a bit of a bottleneck trying to get in and out of it, and if there was any emergency or anything like that, it just makes it very difficult. We went down there Christmas Eve actually, and there was it just because it was Christmas Eve, or was there a football match on? I can't remember, but it was insane trying to get down there, and I think it took us about an hour and a half, 2 hours just to get there. So yeah, if there's an emergency, you don't really, it's just not good enough. So I'm going to try and get, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her to Chichester this year, but I'm going to try to get as close to getting her here as possible, and that's obviously going to be money. So I do need to obviously start my businesses, which I'm going to be doing from Monday. I've decided I'm going to be doing an eBay business, which is going to be eBay reselling of jewelry. I mean, I might sell other bits and bobs on there, but my main focus is going to be selling pre-loved and upcycled jewelry on eBay. And my other business that I'm going to be doing this year is starting a business that I've dabbled in before. I had a little shop on Etsy selling sort of secondhand vintage homeware, and this was named after my nan. And I think I'm going to bring that back. I think I'm going to start a little homeware business, selling some vintage homeware, maybe some prints. I wouldn't mind getting into pattern design again, and maybe I could sell items that I've designed and created, maybe cushion covers, or I'm not sure. That's another road I want to go down, is getting into print design again, because obviously I learned that at university, and it's just another kind of skill to my bow that I think I can sort of try and develop. And then obviously if I've got a couple of things on the go and one starts picking up a bit more the other, then I can focus a bit more time on that and just go with what works, really. And also I should say as well, in case you didn't know from my other videos, I've done a lot of jewellery making in the past as well. I've done a lot of evening courses, particularly silver work, and so that will I'll be using those skills with my jewellery business. I'm not trying, what else was there? I also obviously want to lose weight and get back on a healthy track. I do wonder if I've caught this virus or whatever I've got because I've not been eating as well. But to be fair, I think that's me just overanalyzing it, because I think it's just a lot going about at the moment, isn't there? I want to learn how to use Premiere. Adobe Premiere, that is. I am using iMovie at the moment, and I think it's quite basic. I see stuff that other people post on YouTube, and their videos do seem to be a bit more dynamic, and like you can insert, so if I was to point there or something, I've seen people be able to insert like a picture there. Can't do that in iMovie, or at least I've not found a way to do that. And so just things like that, really. I want to learn more about accounting and finance. Yeah, so I'm sorry for my first video for the year being a bit boring. I wanted to get one out for the first Sunday in the year, because just to be a bit more consistent on YouTube. Hoping next week will be a bit more interesting, because if I'm feeling better, then obviously back at work and everything will be normal from Monday onwards. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll be out and about a bit more, and yeah, to have some more interesting things to talk to you about. But at the moment, I just want to go back to bed, in all honesty. Have any of you had a sort of flu-y, coldy kind of virus over Christmas? I thought I'd got away with it. I thought I got away with it this year. Anyway, I hope you all had a really fantastic January. I'm sorry this is all just a garbled mess. I'm so tired and I'm just not feeling well. But I wanted to get something up here this week, like I said. So I'll stop boring you and I'll let you go. And I will see you next week with hopefully a much more interesting video. I'll speak to you later.